I went to the Thunderbolts with mild expectations, and they were mostly met. But when mild expectations are met, that makes the movie mediocre. Yes, I am in that group of people who did not enjoy the Thunderbolts. I didn't hate it, but I didn't think it was that good of a movie. So let's do a real split review today and share 4 good things and 4 bad things about the movie. One good thing, David Harbour really embraced his role as a comedic version of Red Guardian. He brought energy and it seemed like he was having a lot of fun in this movie. However, there was way too much comedy. I get it that Marvel likes to go super comedy because they think the more comedy the better in Marvel movies, but there was just too much. It made it difficult to take anything serious because everything was just silly. Another good thing was Florence Pugh was a good lead. Yelena Belova is an interesting character and she had a good arc. The character was already silly, so having her crack jokes was at least consistent with her previous appearances. However, why is it so difficult for Marvel characters to maintain a good Slavic accent throughout the movie? Wanda had that issue and so does Yelena Belova. Here is an example.
Your subordinates will be reported to DoorDash HQ.
Alexei, it's me. Open up.
Алексей. Алексей.
Her character isn't that far separated from her Russian youth, so she should have a stronger accent, but she had the Timu version of a Russian accent. Another good thing is it is nice to have a Marvel movie that is more grounded. They don't have to save the whole world, even with a villain as strong as Sentry. And having a grounded movie allowed them to explore more themes that we don't see much in other Marvel movies, like mental health. However, several action scenes were not very good. There were some good ones in the beginning, but 3 in particular were not good. One that was in the dark, one that was in a car that was just silly and illogical, and one that was mostly obvious CGI. If an action scene has to be carried by the sound effects, it's not a good action scene. Another good thing is that Thunderbolts as a team did have a good arc. They started off hating each other and had good reason to unite and work together, and they ended up resembling a pretty good team that could work well in a future movie. However, Valentina was not a good antagonist. She had the same problem that several other characters had in this movie, in that she was laughing and cracking jokes way too much, and she was even being silly at times. She wasn't really menacing and didn't have enough victories against the Thunderbolts to be a strong villain. It felt like she could have been a villain from an episode of Kung Fu Panda the series. Obviously the antagonist, but silly enough to be on a kid's show. If you like the movie, I'm glad, but it was too uneven for me to enjoy it. Before I watched it, I read a few reviews that said that it is the best Marvel movie in 5 years. It's not. There are several that are better. Deadpool and Wolverine does a good job discussing mental health, especially for those who are neurodivergent. Captain America Brave New World had better action, by far. Even though The Marvels was a mess, it had better acting. And Guardians of the Galaxy 3 had more heart. But what did you think of the Thunderbolts? Did you like it? Let me know in the comments. We'll see you next time.